How's it going, people? It's Liam Catterson here with another episode of Angel, as we're on episode 11 of season 5. We're at the halfway stage of this final season, so it's scary how things are setting in for this final televised season for the Buffyverse as we hit the halfway mark. So yeah, but I'm looking forward to getting into this episode. Quite intense stuff last time around, especially for Angel, with him snoozing in a very I guess uncomfortable state last time around, especially with those things that Eve would plant on Angel. And yeah, her and Lindsay both playing both the vampires with souls along, and now the group being very, very cautious about Eve, since they know she's full of bullshit, but they of course don't know that Lindsay is back yet. So I'm sure that will be unearthed in a couple of episodes time, maybe this episode, who knows, but I'm looking forward to continuing the season of Angel. So with that said, let's get into episode number 11 of season 5. Let's go. Holy shit! Damn, that was intense. Oh no.
This isn't a courtroom, Gunn. Things work with a bit more immediacy in the real world.
She's liaison to the senior partners. You don't get to be that without serious juice.
Yeah, this is my worry. If you let her go, it's gonna be bad news.
I think I liked you better when you just wanted to hit people.
Rational thought. It's an acquired taste.
So we're not gonna... Real finesse job.
Oh. Well, fancy this. Bitty slug I saved you from, scramble your brains after all? Come to check yourself in?
What are you doing here, Spike?
Didn't get the memo?
Spike would love that.
By explosive outbursts of inhuman strength.
Yeah, because she did have some kind of like super strength.
You're not helping, Spike.
No, I'm doing. You can hang out for the show and tell me nothing. I got a demon needs repossessing.
Bloody hell.
Sorry, he's...
All right now.
Oh,
you just
man.
stay right like that. I don't want to have to hurt you.
This might not... I don't think this is gonna go... Holy shit!
She was yelling about being chosen. She's not a demon, Wes. She's a vampire slayer.
Holy shit! Holy shit! And she got activated, didn't she? Oh, Spike!
Oh, yeah. Look at the big bad demon.
And I'm wondering if the... the drawings. The different slayers.
I don't speak Chinese.
Maybe a water dragon or one of those elemental thingies. What?
You're not even close, bud.
Psychotic vampire slayer.
How many times are you gonna keep saying that?
Just trying to wrap my lobes around it. A psycho slayer.
And you let her get away. At
Jeez.
At least I was trying to stop.
Angel. We were just about to...
Spike?
Wait. Andrew? Holy shit!
Spike? It's you.
Hi, buddy!
You. You're like Gandalf the White, resurrected from the pit of the Balrog. More beautiful than ever. He's alive, Frodo. He's alive.
You two know each other?
Spike's like, fuck me!
You think you know, my good man. You think you know.
What is with Andrew? Like, he has changed.
Wait, so if there's only one Slayer, what is Little Miss Whack Your Head Off doing scampering around?
Little Sunnydale surprise.
6 months ago,
Every-
Buffy, the
Ooh,
vampire
6
slayer
months.
extraordinaire, had her lesbian witch make with the beaucoup de magie. Mr. Giles may have been wrong about you.
The skirt was yapping at me in Chinese. Must have thought she was a slayer I took out back in the Boxer Rebellion.
You mean the slayer you murdered?
Well, I didn't have a soul back then, did I?
Right, because having one now is making such a difference.
Okay,
Go
okay.
ahead with your talky talk. Not like we haven't done worse back in the day.
Yeah, and it's something I'm still paying for.
And you should let it go, mate. It's starting to make you look old.
It's not about that, though. I can't believe how much Andrew has changed.
Don't have time for games.
That's good, because Andy ain't playing.
Oh my.
The only one who's changed. Mr. Giles has been training me. I am faster, stronger, and 82% more manly than the last time we...
Uh-oh. Because she saw, yeah, we saw that in the flashbacks, didn't we? Oh. You do feel so bad.
Let's try the blue one this time.
What? Oh.
Mostly I talked to Rupert. But we
Heard from Buffy lately?
Yeah, of course. She's in Rome. Dawn's in school there. Italian school.
Good for her.
Mate. Never pegged her for the expatriate show.
Yeah, she was rounding slayers up in Europe. Decided she liked it there, I guess. I think that,
You don't know where that's been!
she needed a break. Dead end.
Why do I feel like Andrew's going to be knocked out any second now?
It's her blood.
There it is. Oh, Spike.
It sounds like you're past midnight on the crazy clock anyway.
Please don't. I have to get home to my son. To my Robin.
Robin?
Oh, Nikki.
Hey, you're talking about Nikki, the slayer I offed back in...
Yeah, not really. Yeah.
Yeah, you probably don't want to think about that.
You should have just said Matt. Oh,
No,
fuck.
no.
Brown makes you sleepy.
Shit. Yeah, I had that earlier. Well, not this, but the injection. So my right arm is just like, nope.
I said the words molasses factory out loud.
Whiskey.
Oh, God bless you, kitten. I was just about to suggest the same thing.
Dollhouse.
When you're cooking up whiskey, it makes the whole room smell like molasses.
Sorry.
Look for a distillery. Get mapped from 10
No,
years ago,
Dollhouse
maybe
wasn't
so.
created then, but still. Holy fuck! Oh my knee! What the fuck?
Oh, God. Angel Jumbo, I never hurt you. It wasn't me.
She's seeing someone
I'm
else.
bad, but you're not one of them.
You would know.
Someone else.
Yeah, she's seeing someone else. Oh, there it is.
You've got me.
Oh,
confused. Oh, man.
fuck.
Head and heart. Keep cutting till you see dust.
She's... Fuck.
Dana, look, I'm here to help you.
It's a really sad circumstance, you gotta admit. Oh, that might do it. Yeah.
I don't think you heard me, Angel.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, okay. All these slayers.
I think we're just gonna let you take her back to your evil stronghold.
Just clear this with Buffy.
Where do you think my orders came from?
Oh.
Newsflash. Nobody in our camp trusts you anymore. Nobody.
Oh, shit.
You work for Wolfram and Hart. Don't fool yourself. We're not on the same side.
Ow.
We got enough problems of our own to worry about.
That's a kick in the gut, though, isn't it? In terms of Buffy and Co. not being on good terms with Angel investigations.
I never did think that much about the nature of evil. Just threw myself in. Thought it was a party. I liked the rush. I liked the crunch.
Very deep
Never did
stuff
look back
there
at the
from
victims.
Spike.
I couldn't take my eyes off them. I guess I would have considered Dana a masterpiece.
Fuck.
What happens to her?
I don't know.
It's really scary
Andrew and
thinking
the
like
Slayers
that,
took
but
her. Didn't trust us to help her.
Andrew
can't deny
double
it,
crossed us?
sadly.
That's a good move.
I love how proud he is.
Yet.
She's an innocent victim.
So were we. Once upon a time.
And then you got turned. Oh.
It's about time.
Damn. Very, very deep discussion. And you gotta, like, admit, you do like seeing that kind of, I don't know, like, it's a sad circumstance given Spike's situation, but, and given what happened to Dana as well, but you reflect so much on what you did in your darker days, and to see that care that Angel, I'd say that care that Angel has, because he knows how defeated Spike, feels. It's, but what an episode. Andrew returning, him saying that, yeah, we're not, on the good camp with you guys, so, and Dana as well, especially with the circumstances, behind her character as well. It was very, very intense of an episode, and, pretty much enjoyed that. Yeah, pretty intense stuff with that episode. I really loved exploring quite a few Buffy aspects, I guess, not just with Andrew surprisingly coming into this episode, but also finding out not just what's been happening with the Scoobies, but also the aftermath of what happened in the final episode, and how, as glorious as that was, in terms of how heroic of a moment it was, and how cool it was seeing all these potentials being activated as Slayers, you do see a more detrimental side of things. And it was a very sad and interesting concept with Dana, where we had her situation becoming more and more violent, of course, and how there was... there's obviously a connectivity, as we have explored in Buffy before, with Buffy and the Slayers via dreams, but this was not so much the case. So, and it was just a very sad concept as well, with the fact that Dana went through so much trauma as a kid that the lives of the Slayers, they became blurred, and she got, of course, Spike confused with Walter, and it's a, like I said, a very, very sad circumstance, especially seeing the detrimental side of things. But I think, that's the reality of the situation, because, like I said, yeah, it's all glorious, etc. Seeing all these potentials become Slayers, but you got to look at the negatives of that, especially those who didn't want to be in this. Like, because you just think back to Buffy back in season 1, and yeah, she evolved over time in terms of her beliefs, and she learned to embrace it, but that's not going to apply to everyone. So, it is really, really great that, as glorious and badass that sequence was, we are seeing the negatives of this situation. So, and that we did. So, it was really, really sad going into Dana's story because of the fact that she was so confused, and Spike was... Spike suffered the brunt of that because, of course, she amputated him, I guess, and and I really loved that final scene between Spike and Angel, especially with how especially with how I feel like this is changing Spike's beliefs, especially when you look at how he has handled the situation with how he's how he's moving on, etc., whilst Angel is looking back into the past. And I feel like this episode gives Spike a bit of a reality check of his own character, that maybe he... And I can't really blame him because of the fact that he is new to the soul, but maybe the past is still plaguing him in some sense. Like, he didn't impact Dana or her family at all, and I feel like you could really sense that when Spike was trying to tell Dana, I didn't have anything to do with your family. Like, you could really sense it in his voice, and I feel like with Spike, he would be one to admit if he did impact Dana's family, but he was so certain, and yet you have that line about I never looked back there, and again the differences between Angelus and Spike when they were causing tyranny, because Angel said he couldn't take his eyes off his victims, whereas Spike he could never look back, but yet he was so adamant, as well as the fact that Dana was blurring all of the slayers to the fact where there was no clarity for her, sadly. Spike was so convinced that he didn't impact Dana's family, and yet he didn't blame her whatsoever. And I liked that, because Dana was so... it's a sad circumstance that she was so traumatized, and like I said, the whole blurring of the slayers, it confuddled her mind. So it is a very, very sad circumstance, and yet Spike understands. Like, it's a very, very deep situation where we had that final discussion. So yeah, and I do hope this is like, I want to say a character developing point for Spike, where he starts to kind of get a grasp of why Angel is so... he beats himself up about his past so much. And like I said, I don't blame Spike, because he's still new to all of this soul business, whereas Angel has had to contend with his soul for many, many years, so he has learned a few steps, and that's what I'm hoping with Spike. Like, he learns, because he told Angel, you're still looking back into the past, but Spike is still coming to, I guess, grips with him having a soul, and I feel like with him in the hospital reflecting, etc., I feel like it's a big, big point for Spike. So, because I really loved that line as well, where she's like, she's a monster, and she's an innocent victim. Well, so are we, and that's sadly the case, isn't it? Both Angel and Spike were turned into something that they didn't really ask for, and it's the same with Dana, especially with her situation, and being active meant that there was much confusion, and she sadly became a bit dangerous, to the point where Angel felt like he had to deal with her rather than hand her off to the Scoobies, because this might be out of their league. She's a bit different compared to the rest of the Scoobies, because they are not as... they're not like Dana, sadly. I say sadly because it's a sad circumstance for Dana, and you can't help but feel so bad for her. She went through so much trauma. There was this dick who committed so much anguish for her, and this situation has sent her into this frenzy, and it's just a really, really sad circumstance for Dana. So, and that's why I'm so glad that no one's jumping to blame her, because this was not her choice at the end of the day. She didn't choose to act out like this. It's just her mind is in a confuddled state, and yeah, so it's just really, really sad of a circumstance. But like I said, I feel like with Spike, Spike feels that Dana is on the verge of being a monster. He's been in that position before, and so is Angel, and it's a very sad circumstance with them. Well, with not just them reflecting on Dana and how troubled she is, but also Spike now reflecting on his past and getting a bit of perspective. And even though he didn't impact Dana's family, he can't blame her whatsoever. He's not, so he's coming to understand what he has done, and again, new to the soul business, but it is creating that remorse, whereas Angel's had to contend with that. So it's just a really, really impactful episode, impactful for the character of Spike as well, especially. And like I said, I hope this is a very developmental point moving forward, where him and Angel can potentially see more eye to eye, because obviously we're at the halfway point of this season, and those two characters, we started off the season with them two at each other's throats, but maybe I want to see, with this being the final televised season, Spike grow, and I feel like this is a very, very good episode to showcase a good change in that, where he's just reflective of what he has done, especially since he puts on such confidence and doesn't try to. He doesn't want to be caught up in his own past. He wants to keep focused on the future, but sometimes you got to face the past. He's still new to all of this perspective, with a soul now, reflecting back and understanding, I guess, that what it means to have a soul. But this is a very, very big opportunity for him to kind of develop and have a bit of understanding for where Angel's coming from, in the sense. So it's just, it's just really, really, it is a really sad circumstance for Dana, for Spike as well. But I mean, Dana was not at fault, and it is you just feel so bad for her. So, but I thought it was a very, very intense bit. Like I said, it was great to see the Buffyverse side come into this, with Andrew returning. Was not expecting that. And I'm glad to see how he has changed. It's been, 6 months since the events of episode 22 of season 7 of Buffy. And there is that bit of change. And what I really, really love is the fact that this show was kind of faithful to the change of Andrew, because in Storyteller, I felt like that, again, going back to Spike and how I'm hoping this is a kind of developmental point, I was kind of hoping Storyteller would be a developmental point for Andrew. And for both characters, you don't want a complete revamp on the characters that we know them for. You want to see those characteristics stay, but them to grow as well, if that makes sense. And that's what I feel Andrew has done. Like he's still the same Andrew, who is a bit of an idiot at times, but you saw him standing up to Angel in this episode, and he's, I guess, more sophisticated, and he's working under Giles's wing. Although there is a part of me that feels like Andrew was just moved out the way, like he was in season 7 of Buffy. Like, I need you to go there. Thank goodness he's out the way. So, no, but you do get to see that Andrew has evolved a bit, and I really, really do like that, because I feel like that's being a bit faithful to what I was hoping for him to go through after Storyteller. And I felt like the events of episode 22 of season 7 would kind of change him up a bit, in a sense. So yeah, but I really thought it was intense when Andrew told Angel that, yeah, we no longer trust you. With you working for Wolfram and Hart, it's not looking good. And it's funny because the other episode, when you had in in Harm's Way, I think it was the episode title, you had the advert for for Wolfram and Hart with Angel running the firm, and I was thinking, I wonder what Buffy would think when she sees this. Surely, now that and now we got our answers, she is not pleased whatsoever. So I think that is pretty interesting, and I feel like with Angel having to digest what Andrew said about regarding the Scoobies not really being fond with Angel, Team Angel at the minute. I feel like this is going to go back to what they were discussing at the beginning of the episode. Was this a mistake? So, especially when Lindsay and Eve are going to cause more commotion. So, yeah. So we'll just have to wait and see what does happen there. But I really loved Andrew. I really loved the fact that they revisited his connectivity with Spike as well, because that was a highlight in season 7. So that was really good stuff to see. But no, I really loved Andrew's incorporation in this episode, and I missed him. So it was really good stuff. But yeah. What a really great episode. And you know, it was an episode that you felt so bad for characters, especially Dana with her being put through torment, and Spike again, like he was trying to maintain that confidence regarding his past, etc. And then this episode is a complete reality check, I would say, with him reflecting on Dana. There is still that backlash that he doesn't blame her for, but he understands, you know, what's happened to other families who didn't get that opportunity to blame him. So it is a it was a very intense episode. One that I feel like might be very pivotal for Spike's character in the future, but we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, what a great episode that was. So yeah, but I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!